welcome back to our channel. Today's topic, we're going to discuss celibacy. It's a little taboo here in 2019, and it's some things that you really don't hear quite often.
So, Jazzy Nicole, why are you celibate?
Good question. So, as far as myself, I have 2 kids, so it ain't like, you know, girl, you've been doing them. But I decided to go celibate because I was in a relationship for a very long time, and I feel as though if I would have done things the way that God ordained me to, that, you know, I would be further along in my spiritual journey, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. But in my singleness, I feel as though in protecting my mind, my body, my heart, and my spiritual connection with God, celibacy is something that is very important to me and close to my heart. And I know that it's important to my Father, the God that I serve. So I want to ensure that I keep my body as pure as possible as I continue on my journey to get closer to God, because I know that if I allow my Father to lead me, then when I decide to get married, then I'll be able to follow the direction of my husband.
I love it. So, you know, with me, you know, in the Word, in God's Word, He talks about, and the 2 should become one, in the flesh. And you know, one thing I don't want to do is rush that. You know, I feel like I know my worth. Mm-hmm. I am someone that any man will be happy to be with me. I'm going to brag on myself a little bit, so bear with me. I am an amazing person for any man to date. You know what I mean?
She better say it, sister.
Yeah, I'm telling you. You know, I am a jewel. You know, a ruby, better than a diamond.
All right.
Okay? And so, you know, I am not going to just open myself up to somebody who's fool's gold. Right. You know what I mean? And so because God tells me to wait, that's the reason why I am waiting. God tells me to wait, then I will wait. And then I think it complicates things. Like, I want to get to know you mentally. Right. I don't need to know your physical. That will come later. Right. And I understand there's some people feel like, but how you know if y'all going to connect, if you know, so to speak. Yeah, if you wait, like, how you know he may not be or she may not be. So try to keep this PG, but yeah, so that's pretty much the reason why, because you know, I trust in God's word. Things tend to not work out when you don't do it in God's timing.
Oh yeah, 100%. Now, I just want to clarify, and I know I'm a little bit later on in the video with this, but celibacy is when you're abstaining from sex until marriage, which is exactly what myself and Nicole are doing.
I'm so glad you...
Yes. Abstinence is when you're just refraining from sex, not necessarily setting a boundary on the time frame that you're doing so. So, you know, our reasons for deciding to be celibate are definitely spiritually grounded. Yeah. We've been through the situation where we understand how sex can complicate a relationship, and it can fog and cloud your judgment. And I think there's nothing more beautiful than, you know, getting to know someone on a level other than physical and getting to know their mental. Because if I don't like your mental, it's going to make it easier for me to separate myself from you than if we had, you know, a physical interaction. Then it's going to be harder for me, because when you have sex with someone, you are exchanging those energies, which is why God, you know, wants that to be something that is withheld until marriage. So that kind of leads us into our part 2, which is dating while celibate. I've had the pleasure, I'll say, of dating while being celibate.
So Jazzy Nicole, I have to take a lead on this, because I have been in relationships. I haven't been in a relationship in a long time. Mm-hmm. But I have been in a relationship, but fortunately, both of us was celibate.
For myself, dating in 2019 and being celibate, or even 2018, might as well count it because it's just now 2019. But, you know, it's not one of those things that you tell someone on your first date or your first phone conversation, hey, by the way, I'm celibate, don't want to waste your time. That's what you're looking for. But it is something that, you know, once you feel as though that person deserves to know that piece of you, or you feel like the conversation is steering that way, it's really up to you and your timing. I was watching a video of a young lady who was talking about how she tells her potential dates that she's celibate. She says she prefers to tell them via text message because it allows them time to think about their response. I've dated and I've advised, the person that I was dating at the time that I was celibate. And, the response in that was, I really respect that. Like, I respect that. And I think that would be the consensus with most men. That's my personal opinion because, I've told maybe 2 people that I've dated and it's been the same consensus is that they respect that. And I feel as though if most men in 2019, especially if you're dating someone older, they're going to understand that if that's not their life that they're trying to live, then they're going to exit at that point. And if that's something that they don't care about sex, I think after you get a certain age, you don't care about sex for real. Yeah, you care about it, but you don't care about it for real. You rather get to know somebody and build a real connection. So I don't think that it's been difficult to date while celibate to advise that information to somebody.
So do you feel like, as someone who's, because I haven't dated in 15, 16, 17, 18, or 19. So the only thing I can do is ask you questions, okay?
Do you, cuz?
So do you feel like the advisement of the person that you're watching the video is good? Allow them time to process.
I think that it depends on the age group. I think that the young lady that I was watching was younger. Okay. So, texting was the go-to for her. For me, I enjoy actual conversation, and it's okay if it doesn't work for you because we haven't had that physical interaction. So if that's not your life, then please don't come back into mine because I don't want to disrupt what I'm going through with God for anybody else. So for me, the phone conversations worked for her. Text messaging worked. I think it all depends on the age group, and it also depends on your comfort level. The first time that I told someone that I was celibate and we were dating, and when I say dating, I mean like not in a relationship, but you're going on dates. Like, it was very awkward for me because it was the first time telling someone that piece of me, and to me that was very intimate to me. But having that face-to-face conversation, it really relaxed me to hear their response. So I think in getting to know someone and knowing whenever you're ready to release that information, it will help you better understand and prepare for how you're going to release that information to them, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think to piggyback off of that, I think it's very important to understand our intimacy is intellectual when we're, you know what I mean? It's like there's nothing better to get to know someone that you potentially going to open yourself up to in every way first. You know what I mean? Especially when you've been celibate for as long as, for a long time, like us or whatever, it's more important to mentally get to know someone than physically get to know someone. That physical is going to eventually come. It may not come with you, depending on how things work. But I honestly feel like I need that face-to-face interaction with you when I tell you, because this is 2019 /18/19, right? And we know nowadays a man would tell you anything. Like, if I tell you I'm celibate, I need to see your interaction, because your interaction would be like, what? Like, almost like, girl, who is celibate in 2019? Like, that don't make no sense. It's stupid.
Check.
Now,
If we could get the check, that would be great.
Yes. So if I give you time to process it, that's almost like you doing your boy, like, girl, boy, yo, she
probably just saying that to see what you gonna say, cuz.
I bet you can get it. All you gotta do is wine and dine, and you can tap that. You know what I mean? Like, so I need to know for sure how serious you are as well as me. Because, and then if I text you and it takes you too long to respond, then I really gonna know right then and there that that's not who you are as well. And I think you connect way better when you are not sexually active before marriage. And then you won't, like I said, you won't give yourself away to someone who doesn't deserve all of you. You know what I mean?
Because you are a treasure, honey.
Yes. So in conclusion,
so the very last thing is that we want to discuss with you guys is how to maintain your ground rules in 2019. So dating is a part of it. Your why is a part of it. Why am I deciding to do this? How am I going to do this when I'm dating? But how do I maintain that? For, Nika Boo, she doesn't watch certain videos. She doesn't listen to certain music. She cuts out a lot of stuff.
I do.
I don't.
I do. Like,
I don't.
Okay, like, one of the things that she told me about...
Man,
listen. She's like, you gotta watch Insecure, blah, blah, blah. Like, because I'm the type of person, I always miss a movement. Because I'm thinking, I hate, to watch it because everybody's talking about it. I don't want to be like everybody. I want my own show. So, I jumped on the bandwagon, right? I watched Insecure, and I'm thinking, abort mission. Like, it was like soft. If there are babies in the room, take them out. PORN. It was for real. And because it's like,
Insecure is my show.
I can't do it because it's like you are maybe not so much, I guess, season 3, but 1 and 2, or if it's just 2 seasons, just
they
1.
All great.
Well, just 1. It was a lot. It was sexualized, very, very a lot. Of
mean, the same as Power. She won't watch Power. I will watch every single episode. Okay, but like I get it. It's all what works for you.
Yeah.
I can watch it. I'm fine. I'm straight. If that's something that works for her, that's completely fine. You have to do what works for you, and you have to know what works for you.
Yeah, know your limits.
Yeah, know your limits.
Yeah, and that's one thing I know is like,
okay.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Not that either.
Not only that. So some people can't, if they are in a relationship and the ground rules is that, X or Y are going to be celibate until marriage. Some people can't necessarily be in the same room watching movies together with the lights dim. They have the lights on. They have to have people around. Whatever works best for you. If going on dates solo is going to put you in a situation where you're uncomfortable or you feel like your celibacy may be compromised, then go on group dates. You have to know what works best for you, and you have to be faithful and committed to that. Number one, pray about that. Know where you stand when it comes to your celibacy goals. Set your expectations. Like, I don't want to mess up because my God, I promised him and I want to keep that promise. What's the reason why you're doing it? It really goes back to number one. Why are you doing that? And just keeping that.
And I think it's very important to know, your limits.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, with me, I'm more of an extreme case because I know me. I've been me for 30 plus years. So I know me. I'm an extreme version where I don't want to even kiss until marriage. You know what I mean?
Whatever.
Now, I may be okay when I start dating. I haven't dated in such a long time. But as it stands, that is something that I'm very, committed to, is not to do, not even kiss before, marriage.
That works for her. It don't work for me.
Like, she can. I'm like, nah, I'm good, love. Enjoy if that's what you need.
Can we shake hands?
Yeah.
I mean,
like, a good hug, is great with me, too. I love a hug from a man. I just think it's such a amazing feeling. But as far as kissing, it's like, that is it's like a gateway drug. You know what I mean? It will lead to something else. So that's why, like, with me, I don't watch certain movies. Men are not to come, like, when I start dating, when the street light is on, you need to be gone. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want no intimacy where the lights are off, anything like that. Like, broad daylight, cool, whatever. But once it gets dark outside, it's time for you to go. And then, I think, like, to your point, like, group settings is probably works best for me as well. If you're going to come over towards the night, then, got to be more than just us there. Certain movies are definitely going to stay away from watching with you. Have to be something uplifting and happy. Okay, so Jesus flick.
So it really just depends. We're kind of on two opposite ends of the spectrum, but still respecting God's word. Comment in the comment section below. Like, if you're celibate, if you're considering celibacy and you're kind of nervous about kind of sharing that, that's completely fine. You have our contact information in the description box. I don't see anything wrong with being celibate in 2019. I'm proud to say I'm celibate. I'm happy to say that I'm following God's word. I'm proud to say that I'm finally doing it right after 30-something years. Finally doing it right. And I can't wait to set that example for my babies.
Yes, and to leave off on this, no judgment if you're not.
It's all right.
This is how we feel. You can... And trust and believe, we're not saying you're less than a Christian if you're not celibate. It's just that this what works for us, and this is what we feel like our God, our heavenly, or I should say, you know, the Heavenly Father.
When
you know,
say-
when is it say yes, nobody say no. But anyway, this is what we feel as if God has revealed to us is to wait.
Us.
Yes, to us. It doesn't mean that we're saying you're less than a Christian if you don't do it that way.
Or if you're bad. We're not saying you're a bad person if you decide that's your prerogative.
Yeah.
This is ours. And
Yeah.
it's just to help people who are kind of thinking the same way as us.
Yeah, if you atheist, agnostic, or you just spiritual, if that's how you get down, that's how you get down.
We love
and
you the same.
Yes, no judgment. But for all those people out there who are celibate, and you know it's a struggle every day to be celibate, you know, just know it gets easier. Just pray. Just know yourself, your limits, and just continue to wait and just be patient.
And one more thing, because we all make mistakes.
Oh,
yeah. So if you are practicing celibacy, you make a mistake, you know, just make sure you talk to your God about that, pray about that, and keep pushing. I mean, we're not expected to be perfect, so.
Yeah, because if you're new to the celibacy life, then you trust and believe you probably gonna mess up, you know. But just know that, pray.
Yep.
But until next time, people.
We love you.
We love you. We love you. You. Yeah.
Wait.
I don't know. That one right
I
there.
like her hair,
crazy.
though.
She was talking crazy, though. She was talking crazy. But
You pointing to me?
No.
Well, luckily, I like my hair. So, hey, I was talking to myself. Hey, boo.
Until next time, people.
Bye.